Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is Harry Muppet, and we do have the epic music going on, and it is going to be Game 3 of the final semi-finals for DreamHack Valencia. It's the ace match, and it is going to be StarDust down the bottom right side of the map, our red Protoss player, and down the bottom left side of the map, it is going to be our blue Zerg player, Jaedong. And man, StarDust taking out the first game in a very, very, very strong style with a whole bunch of Zealots and Mortals getting out the clutch Stalkers to face off against the very heavy muta army, of Jaedong, and getting out the win there. But game number 2, man, it's just it was all Jaedong, man. I mean, StarDust had a very, very strong army. He had Zealots, he had Stalkers, Sentry, Immortal, quite strong, and he tried to get the third base, or the fourth base, however you want to look at it, but unfortunately he picked the wrong place to do it, backed himself into a corner, and even with force fields all over the place, I mean, holy moly, that is a very fast, that's a 10 pull, man. That is a 10 pull. And are we going to be seeing history repeating itself? In the very first semi-finals, Hyun won the first game, lost the second game versus Ghostware, and in the third game, he did a 10 pull Ling Rush to win the third game. And now, we've seen StarDust win the first, lose the second, and I suppose StarDust would have to do a 10 pull to sort of match that up. But regardless, we may be seeing a 10 pull finish off the ace match in a semi-final, and my god, man, this is not how it's supposed to end for Protoss in this tournament, man. Oh god, look at this. He's getting an expansion down. He's getting a nexus down. He does not have a gateway. He does not have a forge. He's just going to be getting down the forge now. Oh, why does StarDust have to get taken out like this, man? He should be, if he's not going to get into the grand final, he should be at least be taken out in an utterly epic 40-50 minute match or something like that. But getting taken out like this, man, I gotta say, Jaedong, man, I know, but yeah, I'm not happy with you right now. I'm really not. Can he get a building here? Can he block it off? Does he even know the Lings are coming? I think the answer is no to all of those questions, man. And here we go. He's coming out. He's going to take out the pylon. The probe has no chance. He's got to cancel the nexus here. He's got to be thinking about doing something else. But is it just too late? I think it might just be too late. I mean, yeah, he really should. Even if he cancels this, he's got no buildings to actually produce gateway units out of, man. There we go. He needs to get the cannon out and trying to kill this Ling. But these guys coming in, all of the... can StarDust hold on here? Can he hold on? It looks like the answer is maybe. Maybe he can hold on. But these guys, man, we saw just with this many units. I mean, the thing is, Jaedong is not keeping this up. He's not continuing to produce Lings to send them in as reinforcements. He knows that cannon is coming up. He does not want to send Lings to the death, so he's going to do as much damage as he can here. But I don't think it's going to be enough. I think StarDust may be able to hold up here, and I think there's... Alright, so it's actually a good decision not to cancel that, because, yeah, there's just no point. And, yeah, so there we go, going in there. He's losing probes. He's losing a fair few probes here. But the Lings are going down eventually, and this is going to put StarDust at a bit of a disadvantage. Of course, the expansion having come down, he should be alright. But yeah, Jaedong is going to have to get his third out, and his third is actually going to be delayed by all this early pressure. But I'm still certain he's going to be getting out a third in the next minute or so, because he really needs to. And he's facing off against 2 base Protoss. He really needs to. Look at this Ling, man, just staying alive for so long. I don't think he's got any chance of taking out any probes, but he is going to be scouting for the, I don't know, this Zealot's never going to catch him. So look at this, man, 10 workers. He really wants that economic advantage, and he is going to get it, man. He is really, really good. There we go, the third base about to go down. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful stuff. And so far, this Ling, man, how many kills has this Ling got anyway? Actually, I can't see it because then I would lose this panel. Gah, this interface sucks. But keeping on, going on, doing some stuff. Look at these sweet-ass little thingamybobs there, man. That's like a Xelnaga tower, is that? I think there's some Xelnaga towers which are like that, where you hit them and then they just sort of reform. No, it's not a Xelnaga tower. This is This is that bloody thing that you kill Kerrigan with in Wings of Liberty or something like that anyways. Yeah, some sort of Zelnaga thingamabob. But anyway, it's pretty awesome. It's rotating and it's giving off magical powers, and these guys are probably giving the Zerg headaches actually. They're probably just like, ah, my poor head, I need a Panadol. And meanwhile, StarDust moving out with 2 Zealots. Obviously just checking for expansions here because these guys are not going to be able to do anything against anything. I mean, fair enough, Jaedong doesn't actually have that many units, but he can get out a ton as soon as he needs. And the Queen, man, he's just going to be just saying boom to the Queen to try and get him to run away. And he is going to be seeing the 3rd base coming down. And that is the information that StarDust needs. So he knows that Jaedong is not doing anything really crazy, like going for 4 bases. And here we go, the Queen just going to be... Queen kiting Zealots, man, that is very, very interesting. There's some reinforcements coming out, as well as a Stalker, man. He might be able to hold off these Lings, but probably not. He's just going to have to run. He's got the information he needs anyway. And whether or not StarDust is going to go for a 3rd, or if he's just going to go for some safer tech options with a ton of gateways, it looks like it's going to be some safer tech options with a ton of gateways. One thing I've noticed about StarDust, man, he doesn't really worry about getting a lot of gateways out really, really fast. I mean, usually, at the 8.5 minute mark, you want to get at least 3 gateways out to be able to do something with it. He does not have 3 gateways. He has 1 gateway, and that's it. And the rest is just text-based. And I mean, he does love his Immortals, so it does let him get the Immortals out a lot sooner. But even though in the Twilight Council, the 2nd Forge, he gets them all before he starts getting the gateways out. And this is what I'm not sure I agree with, man, because he can hold off Lings, but a 10-minute roach push, man, if Jaedong went for a 10-minute roach push, he would be utterly screwed. I mean, because you just need massive amount of units. I mean, he'd have Immortals, alright, he'd have a fair amount of Immortals, maybe 2 Immortals out by that point, and that would help. But even so, I just don't know. I just don't know if it would work. And Jaedong is going to be very happy or very unhappy, depending on what he wants to do, to see that the 3rd base is coming out. And there we go, the 3 gateways coming out. Nice early upgrades for StarDust. As always, getting out the Blink as well, so some Blink Stalker tech on the way. Very, very nice. A few more gateways coming out. He's actually building a crap load of gateways now. So he's going to have 7 total. And 7 gateways off 2 bases, a very sweet amount to have. Looks like he's thinking about getting a 3rd actually, but no, maybe not, maybe not. But maybe he wants to fake it because the Zerg is thinking, oh, he's got to be building a 3rd, so he sends down another. He's worried about StarDust tricking him, thinking he's going to be building a 3rd, and they're not actually building one. And there we go, the Ling coming down sees the truth of it, so Jaedong not going to be caught by surprise here. He was faking building a Nexus. He's actually going to build 3 more gateways here. Or is that still the original 3? That's the original 3. So yes, StarDust could afford to build the Nexus, but instead I think he's going to be building a crap load of ground attacking units. Going to try and take Jaedong by surprise, but it's not going to work. Jaedong knows that the 3rd base hasn't gone down. And if the longer this Ling stays here and doesn't see a 3rd base, the more worried he's going to be, because he knows that StarDust is going to be building a crap load of forces. And here we go, all of the forces coming out from StarDust. He's going to be looking very scary. And in terms of the army, he's actually quite a bit behind, but that is a lot of Lings, a lot of Roaches. So yeah, I mean, with Immortals, he needs his Zealot numbers up. I mean, otherwise these guys are going to be a little bit of pain, but I don't know, Blink Stalkers, man. Blink Stalkers are still very, very good at doing a whole lot of stuff. And a couple of Changelings, and he's like, hang on a sec. I didn't order any Zealots, I only ordered Stalkers. You sent me the wrong thing. And here we go, Lings at the front. Once he takes out the Lings, he can start to hit the Roaches nice and hard, getting some beautiful force fields. Going to be able to take these guys out. These are some actual Zealots being morphed in to try and prevent these Lings from doing all the stuff they want to do. And this is the problem though. Jaedong has got a lot of early Hydras, and he's getting a ton more, man. And early Hydras, really great versus this type of unit composition. I mean, Blink Stalkers do alright, but early Hydras, man. And they're not slacking off on the upgrades either. I mean, at the 13-minute mark, they do have 1. But StarDust does have 2, though, so he's not completely screwed. Here we go, a small force coming out there. Just sniping a pylon, but another force is going to come out there, going to wipe him out. I think they should be right. Of course, you do need to actually start attacking stuff. But he's a little bit worried here. Look at these guys, man, splitting up his force. maybe not the best of ideas. Those Immortals getting taken out really nicely. And Jaedong just, oh man, I spent half the game talking about how good StarDust forces were getting out those Blink Stalkers, but in the end, man, Hydra's owned gateway units, they own Immortals, and really nice job there from Jaedong getting the very fast Hydras, having a crack at them, and they just worked out. How well did they work out, man? Just really good. He had the economy. It's just insane amount of economy coming out. He had the 3 bases. He had the income. Look at how much gas he's getting, man. So important to get that much gas for Hydras. And it just all fell into place. It's just click. It all worked beautifully. And StarDust just didn't know what hit him. So Jaedong proving that he is extremely capable at taking out Protoss players, man. And he knows like the back of his hand what StarDust likes to get. He likes to get the fast Immortals. He likes to get the Sentry play. StarDust actually went for a lot more Stalkers this game. Went for Blink Stalkers, not so much the Sentry Zealot approach. But in the end, man, Hydras are good at Stalkers. I'd say they're potentially even better at Stalkers than they are against Zealots and Sentries. So everything just working to Jaedong's favour in this game, and just completely owning at the end of it. I mean, look at this, man. 13 minutes 40 seconds, 191 army supply, man. That is freaking insane. And a very decent amount of that was Hydras, man. 18 Hydras, 28 Roaches. It's nuts. It's really absolutely nuts. He was building all these as well. Really great job from Jaedong, and he definitely deserves to be in the grand final. And yeah, ZVZ, man, coming up. Jaedong versus Hyun, the best of the best of the best as far as Zerg goes, and we will see how well they do versus their Zerg counterparts. They've both had tons of Zerg experience. Jaedong taken out Vortex so far. Hyun taken out both Yu-Gi-Oh and... No, actually, he didn't take out Yu-Gi-Oh. He took out... But Hyun taken out Ghostware in the semi-finals. And yes, we know their ZVZ is top-notch. And we will be seeing how they do in the grand final. It's going to be a best of 5. And man, I'm looking forward to it. So stay tuned for that. This has been Hairy Muppet, and I hope you enjoyed this game. Congrats to Jaedong once again.